You were, up until just a couple of hours ago, seeking safety and shelter in the Turkish Embassy in Kuala Lumpur. You have now left. Why?
Well, the ambassador was summoned by the foreign minister and categorically assured that my personal safety will be guaranteed. The Minister of Home Affairs came out with a very strong statement, and even the Deputy Prime Minister, Datuk Najib, although he gave full trust to the police. And of course something questionable, because I have now adduced evidence about the fabrication of evidence against me in 1998-99 that involves the present IGP and the Attorney General.
You're talking about the head of the police and the Attorney General, who you claim fabricated evidence against you back in 1998. What sort of evidence do you have, and what are you planning to do with it?
Well, I've given initial report. Tomorrow I'll personally submit this report. I hope they will not stop me from doing so by creating problems where specific evidence will be adduced to prove my case. And it is critical to note that these are the same individuals entrusted in this new fabrication of evidence on the sodomy. And it's always a sodomy charge to make sure that it would influence the thinking and erode my support, particularly among the Muslims in Malaysia.
Now, you went into the Turkish Embassy quoting as saying that you feared for your life. You spent 2 days and 1 night there. Now, you have this evidence that you're talking about. Some would say this was just a publicity stunt to bring attention to the fact that you have this evidence. What do you say to that?
Yeah, remember that I was beaten to near death by the police chief in 1998. So it's not something of a concoction. My lawyers, my Aziza and the family and my supporters told me in no uncertain terms that they cannot be trusted, particularly the same people who have been fabricating evidence are still there, fully in charge. They have covered the story involving the major crimes, murder, and massive corruption involving government leaders, but they will be very super efficient when it comes to abusing their position to try and incriminate me.
What do you say, though, to the specific charges or allegations that have been made against you by an aide of yours that you did commit sodomy?
This is not an aide of mine. He's a volunteer during the elections and past elections. This was a plant by people very high up, who have even produced photographs of these so-called aide with the Deputy Prime Minister's secretary in his office, the Deputy Prime Minister's department. I totally reject this malicious, scurrilous attack, and I would challenge them on every ground, every single statement they make. And I have started by instituting civil proceedings against him, and also police report. But you know, police report, if I go to the same Inspector General of Police outfit, then it's going to be massive problems for me.
Just very quickly, the evidence you have against the Attorney General and the Police Chief, is this, in your mind, enough to threaten this government?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you look at the judiciary. The last report by the Royal Commission on the misconduct of these judges prove in no uncertain terms that they were used to and abuse their position to put me in jail. And now you are using the same pattern and system. Here the IGP and the Attorney General were involved, and they are still being used. So how do you expect me to trust this decadent system? And mind you, the timing is near perfect, because I am supposed to announce tomorrow my decision to contest in a by-election. And we have 4 members of parliament from the ruling party who is suspected to be with me on stage. Now, the Abdullah is under siege by his own party. There's a price hike. So all these issues are being are known, and therefore they want to deflect this by coming at this point in time